one personality comes, there are elections, then another one. But I think it's a long-term policy that we really need to look at. And one thing that I wanted to also say is that you said that the big part of US knows that we are Europe is their allies, and I saw a poll that was done in October, and that was interesting because really over 40% of Americans consider Europe their biggest ally that they can trust. Now the question to the Europeans, and that was in October. That was 14%. I think since October we have seen a lot happening, so I think it might be even lower. And now on the European side, when looking at America, and this is a problem, definitely.
Exactly. Before I'm leaving the personalities, it's a saying that all politics is local. These days, it seems like all international politics are personal. You're SMSing, you're using social media platforms to intervene with other state leaders. Is it so? And could you reflect a little bit on what kind of new dynamism this creates in international diplomacy, that you are on the phone with state leaders almost daily? I think it's a new thing in international politics. The institutions is in a way as big platform being, I don't know, ignored.
Well, I guess that all the officials around us are actually quite concerned that we are on the phone all the time or texting between each other, and they know nothing about this. So, but at the same time, I think, you know, it really brings us closer that we are able to do this. And I think the times, like, are really, really rapid. Like everything is happening so quickly that we also need to have the tools to, you know, contact really quickly with the ones that we are like-minded, and of course also reach out to those who think differently.
But think about it. I mean, there are many I see here in this whole experts of history. But I mean, not too long ago, the main communication was a visit.
Yeah.
So when there was a visit by a state leader or a foreign minister, that's when you had the communication. So institutions are just 10,000 times too slow. You can't do it that way. And I think it's just a matter of logic that we use every opportunity to communicate, and things happen so fast. So take, for example, when you had this Board of Peace coming up, that Saturday morning, and Espen and I, the foreign minister, you know, we were on the phone before 8 o'clock to say we have to, you know, ask our legal experts to look at this. Before 10 o'clock, there were, I think, about 10 colleagues who had, you know, connected to say, let's look at this together. And during the day, we had an analysis. You cannot wait until next week and, you know, convene a meeting. It's just too late. And of course, for Kaja to run 27, you know, I think she's she's my big hero, being courageous, and she has to reach unanimity in addition.
Yeah. And if you go 100 years back, I think all the state leaders were around Queen Victoria's dinner table.
Yeah.
So, you know, history is in a way repeating itself. Kallas, as the High Representative of Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, you have, as far as I know, 3 mandates: defending Europe, securing the neighborhood, and building partnerships. Can you specify a bit more on what that means for European security and a partner like Norway?
Yes. Well, I think in the world that we are right now, we really need to build up our own defenses, and that's why I mean, part of my work is really to try to bring member states together to do things on defense together, also with our partners, because so far, on the European level, we have the ministers of justice meeting all the time, and they already think European, whereas the defense ministers have always been like, national budgets, national decision making. And of course, it's a competence of the member states. Nobody's taking that away, but thinking that member states are too small to do it alone. If we do it together, we can actually cover a bigger area. I mean, take air defense, for example. I mean, doing it together, it's expensive. So we have 9 capability areas that we are developing really in collaboration with NATO. So 23 members of EU are also members of NATO. You have the capability targets there, but how can we actually, the European defense industry contribute and work together in order to reach that? Now, when it comes to building partnerships, then it is really what I said before. Whether you go to Asia or Latin America, then really there's a lot of looking at our way in Europe that, if you do this, we come with you. Or like, we want to be behind you because we want to build partnerships with you. Because, being predictable, that has been maybe, because we are a bit, like President Macron said, too slow, for sure. But